I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a huge football fan, or soccer, I guess, if you're some bloody American, I guess. Don't get me wrong, playing the sport is fun and all, but at the professional level, there's a lot of tactics and philosophies ingrained in the sport that doesn't lead to a lot of dynamic action to keep you entertained. With that said, even I can sometimes find the beauties of a hard-fought match that can end in a 0-0 tie. And then there's the MLS. I'm not sure why, but I find it rather boring even compared to a lot of the other soccer out there. I'm not sure if it's the lack of the Americanism of it, but I find myself seeing less and less of it nowadays, especially as it's gotten much less accessible. Even so, I like looking back at the history of the league.
8 teams since the inauguration in 1996 have made it to today, about 30 years later, which poses the question that I ask you today. Who historically is MLS's worst team?
The answer is probably Chivas USA.
But they have so much history and drama for the defunct team. That's a video for another day. So with them out the way, how do you exactly go about this?
Do you penalize teams like FC Cincinnati, who are a bad expansion team and then were just bad for a while? Punish teams who percentage-wise are good but don't have a lot to show for it, like the New England Revolution? There are teams like Vancouver and Minnesota who have not won any significant league hardware.
No, for various reasons, despite having MLS Cups and other successes in their history, my vote will either go to Chicago Fire or the Colorado Rapids. Flip a coin, because I'm just going to make a decision on which I'm going to talk about right now.
The Rapid comes in as one of the 10 teams to open up the newly formed MLS. Despite having fairly experienced veterans like Sean Bartlett, Chris Henderson, Chris Woods, and Marcelo Balboa, somebody had to be the worst team in the league, and that was you. Chin up, lads, there is still plenty of soccer left in your history. A management and coaching change just early in your history usually isn't a good sign. But somehow it works. You rally in the playoffs, upset the number 1 seeded KC Wizards. Chris Henderson beat the other Cinderella in the West, and the team is headed to the second ever MLS Cup. Unfortunately, DC United isn't going to lose to the worst team from the previous year, and they scored twice before you even scored one. Still, DC was a wagon this year, chasing the league's first ever treble. You should be proud to be here. You are mediocre, and mediocre is enough to make the playoffs in the early MLS. All the new players in the world cannot stabilize the roller coaster you are on. You do make the 1999 US Open Finals, which you lose to the Rochester Raging Rhinos. Who are that? To those of you who are like me and were wondering who the hell are the Rochester Raging Rhinos, don't worry, they aren't some unlockable MLS team in FIFA 2000. They were an A-League side, and to date, the only MLS side to ever win the US Open Cup during the MLS era. Colorado, you are going to need to rapidly change something to be taken seriously from this point on.
Able to get a cross off, Balboa with the ball! Oh my! That's gotta be the goal of the year!
Okay, even for 2000, that was pretty cool. You also qualified for the tournament on the last day of the season. Did it really matter much? No, you got beat in the quarterfinals. Also, since when did the MLS Cup go to a best-of-3 point system? Tim Hankinson is taking control of the Rap as Colorado's new head coach. He'll bring us some interesting, effective players, while also bringing in massive money-sucking failures as well. I understand with core pieces like Paul Bravo retiring and Marcelo Balboa being traded before retiring might make your job a little bit more difficult, but come on, man. The playoff runs aren't even going as long anymore. It's time for a change, and Hankinson has to go. But don't fret, the league is changing. No longer are these teams going to have to play in these large NFL stadiums, they're going to have soccer-specific stadiums. So goodbye, Philip Anschultz, the man who saved the league, and hello to the Kroenke Sports and Entertainment Company! The league is expanding. You're gonna have to work harder to make it to the playoffs now. More importantly, you need to worry about Rocky Mountain Cup. You have your first season of positive goal differential in your history 1 year,
and then be unable to stop the common cold the next. I guess all things considered, it could be worse. You're a decent regular season team.
You even get 2 semifinals appearances in a row. Quentin Mathis makes you part of his American tour. Does it matter? Hell no, because
it's not worth winning if you can't win it!
2007. The first of what is often called the modern era of Major League Soccer. David Beckham changes the league forever.
On their feet, flashbulbs everywhere because the Beckham era has begun at last.
This is partially due to the introduction of the designated player rule. The league going international, expanding into Canada. Even the Rapids got into the act, was opening up Dick's Sporting Goods Park. While not the first soccer-specific stadium, a new stadium should bring a new sign of hope. You'll even get fresh new kits to match. This should be the start of something bigger, but this is Colorado mediocrity incarnate. A 5-match losing streak here, inconsistent stretch there, late season losses everywhere. Never terrible, but never great. Seriously, why do guys like Connor Casey and Pablo Mastroeni like it here? They probably would appreciate it if you, I don't know, would use your designated player clause on someone useful? Maybe I'm just caring too much. What's the point anyways? You guys are no different from a Class 6 whitewater rabbit. No matter how much preparation, training, or money you pour into making it past it, you will always drown because fuck you. And honestly, I can't keep watching you kill yourself in mediocrity. 2010 is it for me. If you can't make it over the hump, then this video and my care for you is just over. That new manager from 2008, what's his name? Something boring like Gary Smith or something like that. Well, anyways, he revamped the roster, like almost to a point of an overhaul. Inexpensive signees, trade acquisitions, consistent adjustments. He must have a plan. The season starts off fine. You pick it up a little bit at home near the end of the season and just sneak into the playoffs as the Eastern 3rd seed? Aren't you a Western team? Whatever, most low seeds don't make it far in the playoffs. Just take your lickings from Columbus and go on home.
Speaking of Ron Mastroeni joining him in for Casey. Mastroeni! 1-0 Colorado, the captain, has scored.
Wait, you won?
Well, it doesn't matter. It's game 1 and you're down in game 2, 2-0. Looks like you're just one step too short. Oh, wait, never mind. Connor Casey scored. You're tied on aggregate now. Guess you're going to a shootout. By the gods, will you guys actually be able to pull it off?
Seriously? I mean, I know you were the higher seed, and the higher seed should win, but
This is the same San Jose team that upset the Supporters' Shield champion, and you beat them? Very sadly. Okay, I apologize. I was not aware of your game, but your next opponent is going to be tough. They're FC Dallas. They beat last year's champ and runners-up during their run. Like you, they also have not won an MLS Cup. Unlike you, they have some hardware to show off. But someone is going to come away with the league championship. And for some reason, on this blisteringly cold day in Toronto, let's hope it's actually you.
Play on the side. That's a great ball in and a goal as well.
you gave up the first goal. My soccer knowledge tells me this is over. 1-0 is basically a soccer's resting bitch face. Might as well pack it in, guys.
Smith. Terrific stuff from him. Casey's in the middle here. Can he finish it off? You bet he can. Connor Casey, 1-1.
A bit scrappy, but that's also why you give him the contract extension. We're headed to extra time. But what are the chances that you score at 10?
It's Kanji. Still going. Crazy deflection on Edison. Oh, goal of George John. Colorado Rapids. It's a free goal, but the Rapids are ahead.
I mean, any goal is a good goal, right? Even an own goal. Even when the striker tears his ACL in a shot, because that is what happened. But
Job to do. For the Rapids, it is over. And the Colorado Rapids, the team from the Rockies, have scaled their own mountain tonight. They are MLS Cup winners for the very first time.
you did it.
13
years after your first appearance in the Cup, years after years of playoff frustration, finally made it over the hump and won the MLS Cup. It was a very impressive run you guys went on. You were the first Colorado team to win a championship since the Colorado Avalanche. Gary Smith became the first British club to ever win the MLS Cup championship. The victory parade in downtown Denver, Colorado Rapids Day, they will call November 23rd. Honestly, I should be giving you your flowers. It's just that you were a Western Conference team that had to play in the East, and you equalized off a very weird scramble, and won the title on essentially an own goal. Yeah, I can understand why people don't like to talk about this run very much.
The MLS is going to do everything within their power to prevent a path like yours from ever happening again. But you are officially MLS Cup champions. It's going to take a lot of work to defend your title, but I have a feeling that this is the start of something grander. Now go on, enjoy that, champions. And one last time,
There are no major changes to the rosters, which give us a chance to properly look at how good your roster actually was. 2 3-match losing streaks and 6 straight ties in a row is enough to slide into the play-in round where you beat Columbus again before getting shut out and swept by Kansas City in the East! Whew. Oh, that aspirin hit the spot. Anyways, what were we talking about? About your Xylia? Yeah, I really didn't need an aspirin or any sort of rest to see how good you were for the full season. You weren't. It coincides you with starting 3-1 before the season basically falls apart. Gary, look, we appreciate what you did to bring a title here, but your services are no longer needed. Get the fuck out!
Connor Casey and Omar Cummings has done a lot for your team since 2007. They're a fundamental part of your offense and a foundation of your core. So only makes sense that you trade Cummings and release Casey.
Actually, most of your championship team is gone. Which makes sense if the coach wants to go younger. You have a decent enough unbeaten streak during the summer, and I guess a better goal differential to edge out the Earthquakes for playing around again.
Though,
I guess much like your coach, you also wanted to return home. Geez, now we have to find a new coach.
So, before I do anything else, Pablo, can I get your signature right here?
Wait, Pablo? You want to coach this team? Do you have any coaching experience? It's fine. You're a club legend. It should be fine.
And absolutely thrilled. And it's a great day to announce that Pablo Mastroeni is our head coach for the club.
okay, remember, he might not have coaching experience, but he's a club legend. He might not have coaching experience, he's a club legend. He's a club legend, he's no coaching experience. He's a club legend, he's no coaching experience. Club legend, he's no coaching experience. Club legend, he's no coaching experience. Club legend, no coaching experience. Club legend. Snow 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 coaching experience. He's a 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 club legend with no coaching experience. He's a club legend with no coaching experience. He's a club legend with absolutely no fucking club experience, guys. What the fuck?
Okay, good news, guys. I told Pablo what was going on, and he's off to London to study under the best and take a supplemental course. Probably should have done that before we hired him, but hey, better late than never.
Papa left footed. Oh, yes! There you go! Marco Papa in stoppage time at the end of this contest.
Yes! There we go! A real identity! A defensive-based team. A 4-2-3-1 formation. MLS record defense. And just look at the talent at hand. Joaquin Galchi, Marco Papas, Jermaine Jones, Tim Howard for a mid-season push. A franchise record 15-match unbeaten streak. Though,
The Rapids will nearly miss out on the Supporters' Shield to FC Dallas. Those fucking fools. They even steal Coach of the Year from you too. Don't worry, they'll meet Karma in the first round. Meanwhile, you have a semifinals to worry about. This should be the breakthrough year for you, if only Seattle didn't have their dynasty season this year. Probably should have told you before that. Whoops! Apparently, Pablo used all his coaching powers in 2016 because his team immediately collapsed again. He may have gotten a 3-year extension earlier this year, but you can just as easily be getting rid of Pablo Mastroni, more like Pablo Masturbator. Sorry, I just say it for them. We still love you, Pablo. Is it even worth talking about these years? There's nothing of note to talk about except for interim coach Connor Casey. No! 2 more playoff misses, and you only make it in 2020 due to the fuckery COVID created in the last-second qualification. What, you think these performances from Sam Bias and Cole Bassett are any indication of anything better? Come on, be serious. If you suddenly manage to be one of the better teams from that, I will gladly suck each of your executive cocks. 12-match unbeaten streak, offensive depth, a good young goalkeeper, first in the West. Double or nothing. Win the semifinals, and I will do more for you. And win the cup, and I'll give you full service. Oh no, I'm not prepared for all that man-meat. Please don't win.
Costa, Paredes got touched to knock it down. Scramble of bodies right now and down. Larry's Fabiola didn't score.
Oh, thank God. Oh, I was really scared for a moment. Though I will admit, Coach Robin Fraser has built a genuinely solid foundation. Now he needs to build on that foundation to proceed on and become a playoff contender. Sam Kroenke must feel really silly giving Fraser that contract extension right now. From barely missing the playoffs in 2022, turns into one of the worst seasons in MLS history in 2023. Take your Jamaican ass back to the island. Oh, he's American. Neat. I hope you didn't return that textbook on rebuilding, because you're gonna need it. Chris Armas is the coach now. Chicago Fire legend, U.S. national team legend, Chris Armas! Just his presence makes your team average, and average nowadays is good enough to get vaporized by the LA Galaxy in the first round. It is then when everyone realized that Chris Armas, while a soccer legend here in the US, basically got his coaching reputation off of one good year at the Red Bulls. AKA, he's not a good coach. Everyone goes blind at the shock of the realization, and the team is back to the bottom of the basement. Another example of why you should never hire legends as coaches. Fitty. For nearly 30 years, this club has existed in a permanent cycle of barely good, occasionally terrible, and never important. Always lagging behind, always cautious, never ambitious enough to dominate, never disastrous enough to force real change. Endurance against the current is useful when dealing with actual Rapids, but not when building a 30-year-old soccer club. One perfect storm in 2010 bought Colorado credibility, and they spent the next decade and a half cashing it in. Every few years, they'll show just enough light to trick people into believing that something has changed. A strong season in 2016, a surprise run in 2021, random appearances in the playoffs sprinkled all throughout their history. Hell, even while writing this, they're sitting in a playoff spot. Doesn't matter, because the Rapids have never actually learned how to move forward. They aren't remembered for greatness. At best, they're remembered as the team that accidentally won a championship during one of the weirdest playoff formats MLS ever created. Which feels fitting, because when people think Major League Soccer, no one thinks about Colorado outside of the people that actually give a shit about them. The Rapids are the embodiment of every MLS Cup that solely exists to fill out a schedule. Just a franchise eternally caught against the current, stuck between rebuilding and rebuilding again. And after almost 30 years, you have to wonder if the Rapids are even trying to escape anymore.
Hi there! If you made it this far, then I want to thank you so much for watching this fire video. This was 2 months of hard work and labor. I wanted to post this a little closer to that debut video, but sometimes things just happen in life and you're just not able to achieve this. I had to add things, I had to remove things. It became a lot more of a complex project than I thought it would, but in the end, I finally managed to do that. There are definitely a lot of people that I want to thank, but I want to thank the US Soccer Archive for just having a bunch of footage, especially for a team that was built in 1996. Incredibly hard to find footage for the team, so the fact that I was able to find them and the fact that they had even just small highlights of the games available was just tremendously helpful, and I'm forever gracious for them. I want to thank Jared Thornburg and Bulldog supporters for all the 2010 season footage. It's not incredibly hard to find Colorado Rapids footage in 2010, but most of it is related to the championship run, and I just wanted some regular season footage and maybe some playoff footage, and these guys definitely had it, so I want to make sure I thank them for that as well. I could sit here and ask you guys to do the whole like, comment, subscribe thing like everybody else does, but I mostly make these videos for fun. And as long as you guys are getting some good enjoyment out of them, that's all really the all enjoyment I have. I do have 2 requests from you guys. The first one is put in the comments if you like this kind of format of videos or not. I don't know exactly what you guys would like, but I could definitely improve and I want to get better. So if there are things that worked for you, things that didn't work for you, let me know in the comments and just put down ideas of what are the things you would want to hear about. Whether you're someone who enjoys sports or someone who could care less, but you love seeing a guy like me speak about it, so let me know. And then just share with your friends. I mean, organic growth is the best kind of growth, so just share with your friends if you like it and have word of mouth go around and the whole world can go around. With that, I'll leave it at that. The fire video should be coming out relatively soon. I'm about 75% of the way done as of this recording. Other than wise, thank you again. I'm not really the best at doing off-the-cuff script stuff, so yeah. Okay, bye!